All right. Let's see here. There it goes. I was waiting. I was like, am I live? Am I not live? Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well. Oh my. I'm gonna tell you what. When something happens, I don't know. I'm just like, for whatever reason, I think I'm a magnet. So, um, I did my first video today, and I said I'm gonna cut grass, and it's exactly what I did. So I got the entire upper meadow is done, and probably 75% of the lower meadow is done as well. I did some push mowing work around the solar panels, fire pit, the battery room, the camper. I did all that first, with a push mower, and it was muggy. It was hot. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. So I did that first, and then went up to the upper meadow, pulled the rider out of the shipping container, and started cutting the grass. Right, and I'm sitting there, and the bugs are just relentless, relentless. Yeah, and Randy Romine says we got 40 slackers. Actually, we got over 70 slackers. Randy Romine, we got 147 in the chat already, and only 73 thumbs up. So let's do that real quick. So thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. So anyway, the bugs are ridiculous. I'm constantly. I have a T-shirt that I keep on me, in case the horse flies land on me. But the bugs were what was crazy today. So don't I swallow a bug? I've done it on video. You guys have seen it, right? So this freaking bug is in the back of my throat, and I can't. You try to hack it and hack it up, right? So I'm trying to hack it up. I'm trying to hack up this freaking bug, and I can't get it. So I'm like, like that, right? Don't I throw up? I'm on the riding lawnmower, and I'm like, what? And that did it. Got it. It was real quick, but I'm like, who does that happen to? I'm riding along on my riding lawnmower and throw up because of freaking bug. Unbelievable. Too funny. Too funny. So, but yeah, so that was interesting. So my actually right now my throat is a little sore. So, oh my god. So I brushed off the puke and I kept going. Oh, too funny. What I should be wearing, I should be wearing like a head net is what I should be wearing. I got my bandana on, but I guess, oh my God. Like I said, I'm like, who does that? I've never had that happen before. I've been cutting grass all my life, so I just thought I would share that with you just to start out with. A little levity, right? All right. So before we get jumped into the video, I want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. And, have you been going to sleep full of fear? No. Why would you ask that? Uh, but anyway, um, you know, please be decent. If you can't be decent, those awesome people lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So, a big meteor sighting was reported in Europe today. Bigfoot has relatives, right? Exactly. Uh, yeah, I don't live my life in fear. I don't. Uh, you know, are you always waiting for it to be a catastrophe? Oh, see, okay, I get where you're coming from now. You're playing a little game. Listen, my friend, you probably don't watch this channel, okay? Okay, you know what? Go ahead and get rid of Man Free, please, JJ, if you would. Thank you so much. He's playing little games. Now, if you knew Man Free, I'll even address you since you're obviously still here watching, but now you won't be able to make any more comments. I don't live my life in fear. I prepare. I enjoy my life. I travel still. I do all kinds of things. You prepare for the worst and you hope for the best. That is a mindset. It's a smart mindset. Maybe you should do that. Maybe you need some medication. So, I just, people just absolutely blow me away. They have absolutely no idea. I always loved it when people would say to me, "Oh, you're hiding in the mountains, waiting for the end of the world." No, I'm not. You know, I correction, we do not live our lives in fear because we are prepared. Exactly. And that's what it is. If you are prepared, there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, that's just how it is. It's just, you know what, all it comes down to, Ann, is there's always going to be people that want to play games and try to be disruptive. So yeah, I ride a motorcycle for one thing. Exactly. Yes, I'm living my life in fear. I rode to Sturgis last year on my bike. Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm waiting for the end of the world. I'm hiding in the mountains. Unbelievable. Like I said, people just, they like to assume and they like to think stuff, you know. Do I think it's important to be at your bug out location, or live at your bug out location full time? Absolutely. I think it's a huge advantage. But you know what? Like, okay, an example. Next month, I'm going to see. Well, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing my Harley down here. Is what I'm going to be doing. So probably the end of September, when I go up at the end of September, I will be bringing my Harley down probably at that point. But I just, I wanted to get some things squared away first. So, but anyway, real quick, it. So, and in September, beginning of September, I'm going to be going to Boston, right? Fenway Park. I'm going to go see Aerosmith. A buddy of mine's got tickets and said, "Hey, you want to go?" Um, yeah, Ed, you rode to Sturgis, but admitted you did it fearfully. Oh, terrified the whole way, scared it. I had to be medicated the whole time. That was probably one of my most fun rides. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how fearful I was when I got out to South Dakota. I took my helmet off and I set it in the hotel room and didn't put it back on until we left to go back home. That's how terrified I was. And there's no helmet law in South Dakota, and you're zipping around at 85, 90 miles an hour. So as a Yankee fan, I'm not allowed to Fenway. I've never been there. Be honest with you, I think it'd be great. I'd love to see the Yankees and the Red Sox play up there. I think that would be a blast. But yeah, I just. But yeah, it's so. Anyway, what my point I was going to make was something could happen while I'm away, right? I mean, it's a possibility. We never know. There's no guarantees in life, but so that's not living your life in fear. You still have to live your life. You still have to go on your vacations. You still have to do things that you enjoy. I think that's important to do. I thought Aerosmith was canceling gigs. Tyler in and out of the hospital. Well, he's out of rehab now. He wasn't in a hospital; he's in rehab. But he's out of rehab now. So as far as I know, the concert's still on. That would be disappointing if they canceled. But yeah. So I mean, things could happen. Like I'll give you a great example of one. Okay. So remember when Biden was being inaugurated and becoming the next president, right? Where was I? Where was I? Do you guys remember? Me and Heather were down in Myrtle Beach because we had planned a vacation like way ahead of time, and that's what we were going. I had the reservations, and that's where we were. We were down in Myrtle Beach. We were having a vacation, and and everybody, I will tell you guys because I did some live streams when I was down there, and people were like, "Oh my God, how could you go now? How could you go on vacation now? What if something happens?" Well, you know what? If something happens, it's going to happen, regardless of where I'm at. So again, I don't live my life like that, deciding what I'm going to do and what I'm going to do because of what ifs. You know. Um, when Hella has the puppies, will she stay in New York to take care of the puppies or West Virginia? Well, if she's pregnant, which I don't know if she is or not, but if she's pregnant, her due date would be the 15th of September. So if that's the case, we will be here in West Virginia, and she will still travel with me back and forth with the puppies. We'll just make sure that everybody's good and that they got enough room, and you know So yeah, so we should be, we'll see how it all goes, but she's tired tonight because we've been outside most of the day. But all right, do I have a vet set up there in West Virginia? No, no, I do not. But anyhow, what was I going to say? Dogs have been, guys. Let me explain something to you. Dogs have been having puppies for hundreds and thousands of years without a vet. Just so you know, just just putting it out there. I mean, they'll have to get their shots and stuff like that, obviously, and I will do that part of it. So, but yeah, I'm not, I'm not. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not one to run my animals to the vets every 2 minutes because somebody's getting rich. Veterinarians, in my experience that I have dealt with, okay, uh, they are bloodsuckers and they suck. That's my experience. I'll give you a great example of that. Okay, Heather's cat, Bella, when Bella was still alive, she was messed up when something was wrong, obviously. So we took her to the vet, right? And so the vet comes out with this laundry list of crap that we should do. Well, you should do this and you should do that, and we can do this and we can do that. Yeah, to the tune of about $1,500 to $2,000. I said, I'll tell you what. This is exactly what I said. I'll tell you what. Give me the antibiotics for the cat. We'll give the cat the antibiotics and we'll see how the cat does. Wow, a miracle of Jesus. The cat had the antibiotics and she was fine. She lived another multiple number of years. Okay. They're trying to screw people. Pisses me off. They try to unnecessarily have you do procedures for your animal that you shouldn't have to have. Okay. But a dog I used to have had a bunch of puppies. We didn't take her to the vet, and she was just fine. Yeah, exactly. So so you guys kind of know where I stand with veterinarians. I don't generally trust them. The only one that I actually liked, there was a veterinarian that he was a traveling vet, and he would come to your house. I get it. I'm not trying to piss you off, just in case of emergency. No, no, you're good. No, you're fine. You're not pissing me off. You're not pissing me off. I'm just saying I don't like veterinarians. I'm not a big fan. So, that's, but I will find the local veterinarian down here if there's any kind of issue with her or anything like that. I definitely will look into that. Okay. So, no, no, you did not piss me off. Okay. I don't want you to think that because you didn't. But I'm coming from a background of dealing with these people, and would you have a vet in your mag? Absolutely, absolutely. That's almost as good as a doctor. You know what I mean? Almost as good as a doctor. So yes, I would if it was the right person. If they fit in with the rest of the group and everybody got along, then yes. So, but anyway, so I'll tell you. So there was a traveling vet that I had that would come to your house and take care of your animals at your house, which was absolutely awesome. So when I was with, and this is how long back ago it was, when I was with my first wife, we had a cat named Wolinda. Okay, we called him Wooly for short, and we wanted to get him fixed. So this guy would come to your house and fix the cat right there. So and this is a true story, guys. Okay, guys, I have seen blood and guts and you name it. I've watched C-sections. None of that. Nothing's ever bothered me. That type of stuff doesn't affect me. I could care less. It doesn't make any difference, right? So the vet said, "Well, did you want to stay and watch me, spay the cat?" And I'm like, or neuter him. I'm sorry, neuter the cat. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll watch." So I'm standing there and I'm watching, and so he's cutting his nuts, right? I mean, that's what he's doing. I don't know if it was some kind of, I would had feelings, you know, feeling sympathy for the cat. All of a sudden, I got like lightheaded. So I played it off real casual and I like sat down in a chair. I never lost consciousness. But I'm going to tell you what, if I hadn't sat down, I think I might have fainted. And it's the only time anything like that's ever happened. And it didn't bother me watching the procedure. I don't know what it was, but Yeah, that's I hadn't thought about that in years and years and years. But he was a cool vet. He was a very cool vet. So, but unfortunately, in the experiences that I've had, there was a veterinarian in Greece, New York, and he was a bloodsucker. And when I say a bloodsucker, I'm gonna tell you why I feel this guy was a bloodsucker. There was a high-rise elderly tower that you had all the old people that were in there, and I did some private duty work for some of those people, right? And this one lady had this kitten. It was a beautiful cat. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this cat, but a lot of times older people, they're taking their cat to the vet every 2 minutes for whatever they think. The vet had this lady buying special food for the cat because he was allergic to this and allergic to that. Horse crap, horse crap. You know what I mean? It really, really, and it was like there was a lot of people in that building that were severely being taken advantage of by the veterinarians, and that really bothered me as well. I'm going to tell you what I do, all right, and you can judge me or not judge me all you want. My animals, if I'm going to get them fixed. So here's the other thing. Okay, so there's a vet that we had up where I live. So we want to get our cat fixed, right? So when Molly had her kittens and we got her relaxed and she was part of our family, we're like, we got to get this cat fixed. So I don't want more kittens. She's got to get fixed. Like all our cats are fixed. Okay. The only one that isn't fixed is Scraggly Cat, but everybody else is fixed. So take this cat, call up. I want to get my cat fixed. Well, you have to come in first for a wellness checkup. There's not a freaking thing wrong with my cat, right? Nothing wrong with my cat. But I had to go in, $45 to walk in the door. They check out your cat. Then, they're like, okay, well, we can, then they want to, got to have rabies, got to have distemper, got to have this, there was like three different shots that cat had to have, right? So, you're paying for all of those. Then you set up your appointment for the procedure to get the cat fixed. To me, that's a ripoff because now you walk in the door again, it's another $45 to walk in the door. Now, I have no problem with getting a cat or a dog a rabies shot, none whatsoever. I think that is important. Okay, I really do. But you know, it's a ripoff. It's a game, and it pisses me off, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. So that's why I have an issue, with that. So okay, so I actually had and I know who it was, but I won't say. And they made a statement, and they said this is like my video that I did today was not like my first rant on Big Pharma, right? I've ranted about Big Pharma before, so they're like I don't want to, I don't want to hear complaining. What are the solutions? Well, you want to know what the solution would be? You want to really know what this, because right now, nothing is ever going to change until we burn it all down. There's your solution. If you want a solution, you burn it all down and you start over. Because otherwise, they have such a grip on that power and that control that nothing is ever going to change. I'm going to tell you what. Do you guys, and this is just me making a statement here, okay? I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to try to I'm not trying to spread false information, but so here's just a statement. Do you find it interesting that a lot of holistic doctors that have figured out ways to treat people for different things, all of a sudden they die mysteriously or disappear? I find that very interesting. I find that really interesting. When you have, and if you go back and you look, a lot of it goes back to like Rockefeller and stuff like that. Holistic medicine absolutely works. Okay, it absolutely does, and they've been using that stuff for years and years and years, years and years and years. Okay, but now all of a sudden, when Rockefeller got in there and he donated all kinds of money to different things, the policies changed. When you have these big businesses are controlling the medical schools, the nursing schools, they're pushing their agenda, what they want. Okay. So they don't want you to look at alternative medicines. I don't think there's anything wrong with alternative medicines. And if you can have, somebody that can figure something out that will work, I'm going to give you a great example. And I'm not going to mention names, but I'm going to tell you something. Okay. A friend of mine has cancer. Awesome, awesome individual, wonderful, wonderful person. This person does not do, has a regular doctor, and the doctor wanted this person to, you know, do chemo and all this other type of stuff. And they said, no, I'm not doing that. So they went to a holistic doctor, okay? And the holistic doctor recommended different things. Now, her regular doctor told her, you have 6 months to live. That's it. That's all you got. Okay. Well, that was 10, 11 months ago. And because of she's been following the advice of the holistic doctor, she's doing okay. She's still having some issues, but she's doing okay. What I told her was this. I said, you should go back to the doctor, the main doctor, and say, Doc, I've lived longer than that 6 months. Can I get another 6 months? That's what I would do. I'd bust his balls hard. That's what absolutely what I would do. But there are other alternatives that work. Okay. And I'm not saying that there is a cure for cancer, and I'm not trying to give out false information. What I'm saying is this: radiation is a poison. Anybody that follows it knows it's a poison, and what it does to people when they're taking radiation treatments, it's bad. It does not do good things to the body. It kills a lot of good cells along with the bad cells. Okay. But if we would be open minded, okay, we could look at different alternatives that probably would work, right? How come, how come, and I, and this is, like I said, this is a question. I'm not making a statement. I'm not saying this is that or that is that. But during the virus, when certain things were trotted out that this could work, right? It was completely shut down. If you talked about it, you would get a strike on YouTube. Or if you put that information out there, you were banned from, the social media networks and accused of spreading false information, right? So why is that? Why wouldn't they look and say, hey, well, you know what? Oh, I realize that this would work, and it's cheap. It's cheap, right? Well, we can't have that because the big pharma can't make no freaking money. Just my thought. You know what I mean? And it amazes me how, if you think outside the box, all of a sudden you are labeled as crazy, a conspiracy theorist. You're spreading lies and false information, and then lo and behold, 6 months down the road, when the narrative changes and the truth comes out about certain things, okay, then, oh, all of a sudden, well, hey, well, oh, well, we made a mistake, right? But that still doesn't change you ostracizing people, discrediting people. There are doctors that have lost their license because they wouldn't go along with the program. So, and I'm going to tell you what, I am a cancer survivor. I was very, very, very fortunate, and I know I was. Okay, actually, I just on my regular Facebook page, the post came up like when I first had my bandages off. It was 7 years, 7 years at the end of July, I think it was, because I had my surgery in the beginning of July, and then it was two weeks later I had the bandages come off, and so I shared that photo again, and said 7 years later, and I'm still here. Okay, very very fortunate, and I will never discredit that or any of that type of stuff. Cancer is a monster. All right, cancer is a monster, and it kills so many people. And I have a hard time believing, with all the money that has been put into research for cancer, that they've never found a cure. But here's what I do know. Okay, so I'm not making a statement saying that they do have a cure for cancer and they're not giving it to us. I'm not saying any of that stuff. But here's what I will say: there is way more money in the treatment than there ever would be in a cure. Okay, something to think about. Not telling you anything that you don't already or you shouldn't already know, but the amount of money that is made with the treatment of cancer is unbelievable. Okay, so if you found a cure that, if let's say, okay, here I am, I'm a chemist and I've decided, oh my God, I have found the cure for cancer. All right, do you think maybe big pharma might say to me, hey, listen, Ed, we're going to buy your cure. And you're thinking, great, they're going to buy the cure because they want to help people, right? And they buy the cure and they shelf it. It happens, guys. And I'm not saying that that is the case, that has happened, but you look at, with engines, there have been people that have invented engines that can run on water. There are also different things that have been invented through the years that would help society, but it would hurt big oil. So it gets bought and suppressed. And that happens all the time. If you don't think that that happens all the time. Nicholas Tesla, yeah, there's a great example. What Nicholas Tesla believed was that we should have free energy, not have the big, conglomerate companies and have to pay for your power. He said it should be free. And geez, what happened to Nicholas Tesla? What happened to him? All I'm going to do is I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to give you scenarios that make you think, right? Um, that's all I'm going to do. And so there's games being played constantly. We're going to talk about something else. Now, we had, and this one is to me, and this kind of shows you, okay? So, well, before we have 426 in the chat, guys. We're at 192 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, and I appreciate that. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. It really does help with the algorithms too, so the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. So first of all, when Nicholas Tesla died, government people went in and took all his work too. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but the government people went in there and took all his work, all his paperwork, all that type of stuff. They took it all. I wonder what they did with that. Think about it. Think about it. So we had a discussion the other day about the southern border. If you guys remember, I didn't kill the volume on this. Hold on, guys. All right. So we'd had a discussion about the southern border. What was my solution, right? You have a no-go zone, a buffer zone. And if people come in that buffer zone, that they would be shot. And somebody's, oh my God, how could you do that to children? Okay. So we're going to talk about this for a second, guys, and then show you we already killed children. We're America. We already killed children. And you're going to go, Ed, what are you talking about? No, we don't. We're America. We don't do that. Okay. So we're going to clear the air a little bit. And if you do the research, you will see that I am telling you 100% the truth. I will never come on here. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a falsehood or make anything up. So what did we just do? No, we're not talking about abortion. Um, the, we kill children. So how do we kill children, right? So we just killed, with this drone strike, supposedly this top leader that was like the second in command to Osama bin Laden. Just happened to be his doctor, right? But he was second in command. They built it all up, made a big deal out of it. We killed this important Al Qaeda member, right, with a drone strike. Let me ask you a question. And if you look at the history, you will see that I'm telling the truth. Now, I don't know about this guy particularly. Do you think maybe there might have been women and children around him, possibly when this zone strike or drone strike hit, right? With the different drone strikes that we have used to kill Al Qaeda leaders and all this type of stuff, guess how many children we have killed with those drone strikes? In the comments, guys, and I'm going to tell you the number in just a second. How many children do you think we have killed with the drone strikes? How many? I want to see your answers in the comments, and we'll talk about it in a second. I'm on a roll today, so I apologize. My mind is really sharp today, so I'm on a roll. Just with the drone strikes when we have targeted certain people. That's what I'm talking. I'm not just talking about random. Okay, those drone strikes for just trying to kill Al Qaeda members. We have killed 435 children. We've killed a whole bunch of women, a whole bunch of innocent civilians that had nothing to do with it. Here's one for you to think about. Okay, do you remember, and I'm sure you guys do, when we had our wonderful withdrawal from Afghanistan? Very well organized, of course, by our government. Thank goodness for them. They really handled that well, leaving all kinds of weapons and ammunition and everything for the Taliban. Good job, guys. Um, and there was the bombing at the airport, and we lost quite a few service members. There was a bunch of people that were killed, and we said, we've done a drone strike, and we killed the guy that masterminded that, right? Killed him, his wife, his children, a whole bunch of other people with that drone strike. You remember that one? Do you remember that? And then a couple of weeks later, lo and behold, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We made a mistake. We killed the wrong guy. Okay. You wonder, you wonder why people around the world hate America, why they hate the United States. We just don't kill the bad guy. There's collateral damage. Collateral damage is a really nice way to whitewash things, saying that we kill men or women and children. That's, we got our target, but yeah, we killed 25, 30 people around him too. That's collateral damage, but we got our target. Happens all the time, guys. Happens all the time. So if you don't think America's got blood on their hands, uh, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I really, truly don't know what to tell you. But according to George W. Bush Jr., they hate us for our freedom. Yeah. Well, I think there might be a few other reasons why they hate us. That we go in and we topple governments that we don't like. We go in and we support rebels that want to, or that we want to do different things to overthrow governments. Oh yeah, we got our hands in a lot of pies, a lot of pies. And then this is like the pot calling the kettle black. I'm sorry, but this is the pot calling the kettle black. Then we condemn China for doing the same exact thing that we do. Really? Well, they're communists, so that's we're lovers of freedom. We're here to save everybody, not control them. No, why would we want the United States of America? Why would we want to control people? In what ways could you control people? Let's think about this for a second. If you don't get this, you can't go anywhere. If you don't have your papers, where's your papers? Show me your papers, right? If you don't have your papers, you can't come in here. You can't come into this restaurant and eat. You don't have your papers. That's not control, right? That's for your own good. Come on, guys. Really? Think about it. Every aspect of everything that is done by the government is on the behest of big business or control, period. That's what it's all about. Destroy all the small businesses, destroy all the entrepreneurs that are out there trying to, trying to build up their business, make their lives better. Nope, can't have that happening. Got to keep you all under control. Got to keep you under the government dole. You know, modern day slavery. That's what it is. That's all. That's all welfare is. And just so you guys know too, and you're gonna think, oh, he's talking about black people. No, there's more white people on welfare than black people. Black people only make up what 13%, 14% of the population. So it's just numbers. Numbers are mean that more white people are on welfare than anybody else, and they are. Okay, but you know what? It's modern day slavery. It's modern day slavery. So just something to think about, guys. You know what I mean? It's like I love, and you got what you got to understand. See, it's like when you wake up and you look at things and you actually do the research and you look at stuff, you go, holy crap, they've been bull crapping us for years and years and years. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you what, when we're, I'm trying to remember where we were. When the second Gulf War happened, all right, we were living in Charlotte, New York. Now, not Charlotte, North Carolina, spelled exactly the same, but called Charlotte. Okay. Don't ask me why. You're in North Carolina, it's Charlotte, North Carolina. In New York, it's Charlotte, New York. So, same exact spelling. But anyway, we lived down there. We were like about a mile from the lake. And when the second Gulf War happened, and they did, remember, again, weapons of mass destruction. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's such a threat to us. We got to go. So we had the big coalition of everybody built up. All these different governments were involved, and we went in there and we devastated them. Devastated them. All right. When that happened, when that first happened, and everybody was rah rah rah. I'm going to tell you what. I'm a flag flying American. I love my country. I'm proud to be an American, so I don't want you to think I'm not proud to be American. But I knew when that happened, we were being BS'd. And you know what? Everybody on my street, everybody's out there putting their flags up, and yay, yay, America! We're gonna get them. I took mine down. I took mine down for a while because I knew we were being scammed. Knew we were being scammed. People were too stupid to understand it. You know, if you do the research and you look at stuff, certain things can't happen. They can't happen. All right. When you have two buildings, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say certain things. There's absolutely no possibility that that can happen. Believe whatever you want to believe. You want to live in a fantasy land, but I can tell you're losing weight. I'd keep it up. Thank you very much, Real Freedom. I appreciate that. Actually, I have been. I had told Heather when I came back down here this time that I was going to really focus on dropping weight, and I've actually, since I've been back in West Virginia, I've already dropped 9 pounds. So I got a ways to go, and it's a start. But so that's again, you can believe whatever you want to believe. And I'm not going to tell you can't believe what you want, but I'm saying if you do research, okay, if you do the research and you look at stuff, I'm going to tell you what. So there was a building over in some Asian country. I can't remember. It was a high-rise tower, some high-rise tower, and it burnt for 3 days. 3 days, and it never fell down, especially down on upon its own self. So interesting, just an interesting thought. And I'm not making any accusations. I'm not saying that this, that, or the other thing happened. I'm saying use your brains. If you use your brains, you can figure it out. Or listen to the narrative, listen to what you were told, and look at the result. I want you guys to think about something, okay? As a direct result of 9/11, what happened? The Patriot Act, right? You think they wrote that up right after that happened? No. The Patriot Act was written up way before. They rolled that out afterwards. So what did the Patriot Act do? Do you guys remember what the Patriot Act did? It allowed the government to spy on us. That's what it did. You gave up your freedoms for the semblance of protection. So think about it. Think about it. And then what happened also as a result of 9/11? How many Americans died dying on foreign soil for nothing? For nothing. That's just my take. You know, who am I, right? But the Patriot Act should have been called the Gestapo Act. Well, and what happens when you have whistleblowers? Snowden, right? Well, he's an enemy of the country. Who's the, the other guy from WikiLeaks? They're trying to extradite him here now because they want to put him in a hole someplace and bury him. Julian Assange. Okay, there's another one. And then there is, well, now it's Chelsea Manning, but I can't think of what her name was before that. But anyway, there's another whistleblower. Okay, when these people go out and tell the truth and say, "Hey, listen, you're being screwed with. You've been lied to. They're spying on all of you." Well, they can't have that. They can't have that. Look what they're doing. Here's the proof. This is what your government is doing. They don't like that. So, you guys got to think about that. You got to think about that. And it's sad. It's sad that, and there's a lot more than just those three. Okay. But, when you have somebody that shows you the proof that here, this is what your government's doing, and you still don't want to believe it, and you still, here's what blows me away. All right. I had somebody in the comments today, and I was talking about the GOP stopping the insulin, okay, stopping the insulin, and so that there could be a cap on how much these big pharma and stuff could charge for the insulin. I was talking about that. So this person makes a comment. Well, keep voting Republican. They're just for big business. Okay, so hey, stupid. Both parties, Republicans, Democrats, they're all for big business. It's not one party and the other party's good. One party's not good and the other one's bad. They both suck. They both suck. They're both going to watch out for their special interest groups that got them elected. They're going to watch out for their friends, their rich friends. They're not watching out for you. It doesn't matter. That's what is so frustrating to me. Well, if we get these guys in, it'll be different. Well, if we get those guys in, it'll be different. It never changes. I want you to think about something. Okay. Well, the Democrats are trying to help out with this, that, or the other thing. Okay. Well, they've been in power for a long time here. They've had 2 years right now, almost, right? Democratic House, Democratic Congress, Democratic President. Why are they not doing something? Why are they not helping? And this bill that they're passing now, if you think that's going to help us, it ain't helping us. That crap that they're putting through, their green agenda. Oh, we're saving the planet. We're saving the planet. Well, good for you. You're saving the planet. Horse crap. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. So, climate change. Here's a weird I want you guys to think about something. Let's talk about climate change for a second. Okay. So, the Finger Lakes in New York State. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? How do you think the Finger Lakes in New York State and the Great Lakes in New York State were formed? You got, Lake Michigan, Superior, Lake Ontario, all those things. How do you think they were formed? Because there was glaciers that had come all the way down through there, right? And when those glaciers, when it got warmer, they receded and they had ripped out huge areas that filled with water. Now, I'm just curious on this one. Global warming, didn't they have somebody taxing you because of global warming back then? Millions of years ago, right? Are we dealing with a whole world full of morons? The planet goes through cycles. It gets warmer, it gets colder. It's what happens. It's always going to do that. The Sierra Desert was once a green, vast, beautiful oasis. There's proof that it was. Okay? There's proof that it was. It's a desert now. Oh, it must be global warming, right? It has to be. That's what it has to be. Wake up. Really wake up. And if you are so delusional that you think that the government is here to help you, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm whoo. Hold on. Let me get off my soapbox for a second. Oh, I'm just like I just now. Are we polluting the oceans? Are we hurting our environment? Absolutely yes. Okay. We're going to do the egg count here in just a second. Okay. We're definitely hurting our environment when these businesses dump all kinds of like the Genesee River is brown. It's brown. The water should not be brown. All right. It's because all the crap that they allow to get put in there. All right. Yeah. I got it on a roll. So I got to take a deep breath. Whew. I told you I'm like the mind is clicking today. It's really clicking. Yeah, grand solar minimum is real. Absolutely. Absolutely, the grand solar minimum is real. And we're in a grand solar minimum, which means the planet is actually cooling off. It's getting colder. So if you say, if I take this snippet of time and say, look at it's getting warmer. But in reality, if you go back a couple hundred more years, you'll see that, oh, wait a minute, it's not getting warmer, it's getting colder. Why do you think it changed from global warming to climate change, right? It had to change it up. Interesting. Okay. Oh, man. Firing on all cylinders tonight. Okay. And I'm rolling too. Holy crap. And I'm going to tell you what, everything that I have said tonight, do the research. Do the research. Okay. So, yes or no to thick neck lay, and what is the egg count today? So, I'll give you guys, um, you know, give you guys a moment to do that. And I'm going to tell you why I have this reboost of energy. So I'll give you a moment. I'll tell you why I think anyway. All right, the first right answer that I saw, and I have to go with the first right answer every time, was Grandma Prepper 2022 with 6 eggs, and yes, thick neck did lay today. So no, it's not all the green tea I drink. I actually have cut back, to be honest with you. I've actually cut back on the green tea. I like my green tea, but that's one of the things I actually did cut back on. I generally drink a green tea for my live stream. It's pretty much the only time now that I'm drinking a green tea. Once in a while during the day, if I've done like a ton of outside stuff, I will have a green tea. But I knew I was going to have a green tea tonight. So why? What's different, right? Why am I feeling so much more clear? One of the things is I definitely have changed my intake of food. I'm trying to eat more healthy, and I think that's a big part of it. Getting rid of the garbage, trying to, and I'm going to tell you what, my weakness, and I will be the first one to admit it, is sweets. I absolutely love my sweets. Okay, so I have really just basically cut that off. And so, you know, so I feel a lot better energy wise. Having already dropped the weight that I've already dropped, I feel better that way too. I don't feel as no, I haven't had Doritos either. No, um, I haven't. You know, my energy levels are higher. I feel better, and I think that makes a difference. I really do. So, you know, that's I'm just trying to be smarter in my choices. Portion size obviously makes a big difference. So, yeah, you know what? The worst part is JJ. I got two packs of the two pack I have two of those in the fridge right now. Now I will eat them at some point. Can't let that go to waste. So, but I just but no, I'm trying to take better care of myself. Walking a lot more, and so just making better choices. Now my sleep schedule is an absolute freaking mess. Always has been, always will be. So, you know, but that's kind of where I'm at. Been doing a lot more meditation than I had before. Releasing negative energy and that type of stuff, and trying to open myself up more to more positive. So and believe it or not, you may say, well, that's BS. Well, that's fine. You can think whatever you want. If I know something works, I'm going to do it. So, you know, but no, I like I said, I do feel a lot better. Today was like, I felt so productive today with, and it's like, it's cutting the grass, right? Big deal. But, we had a beautiful day here today, and it was perfect. And so, to be able to be outside for the majority of the day, and to just be in that sun and feel the sun, and that's that makes a difference. So, but anyway, so yeah, if it works for you, then guess what? It works. Exactly, awesome sauce. Exactly. Thank you. So, but yeah, like I said, I slept. That's why I called my buddy today. I was talking. I go, man, I slept really good last night, and he goes, well, that's cool. So, but yeah, it's you know, and I am now doing yoga. It's awesome. Yoga, believe it or not, is an amazing, amazing thing. Um, Yoga is awesome. Really, really good. It helps with your joints, your flexibility. It's an awesome, awesome exercise. I've actually thought about getting back into yoga. I used to do yoga a little bit. I'll tell you a story, okay? So my buddy Randy, that I've known forever and ever and a day, and his wife, who's now passed, she also died of cancer. She was doing yoga at we were going to the same gym, and I said, hey, I'll do yoga with you. And so the yoga instructor was like, okay, if you get tired and you need to rest for a minute, go into child's pose. That's how I want you to rest. So child's pose is you're on your knees, you got your hands out, and you got like your head down, right? I'm thinking, yoga kicked my behind. I mean, I was sucking wind so bad. I mean, unbelievably bad. I kept going back. It's an unbelievable workout. But that first couple times I went, man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up. I'd had to rest, and then I would start again, and I'd have to stop, and I'd rest again. I was like, holy crap. So, but yeah, it's a great workout. It really, really is. And it's actually very, very good for you. Reese's peanut butter cup breakfast of champions. There you go. So I have not tried Tai Chi. I heard that's really good for you as well. I have heard that that's good as well. Like I said, if you're opening yourself up, okay, and doing you're doing things that's helping your body. I'm going to tell you what. The people that you see that live really a really long, long time. You know why a lot of those people live a really, really long time? It's not because they didn't drink and not do drugs and all that type of stuff. That might have something to do with part of it, okay? But what the number one thing for those people that live a long time like that, they stayed active. I'm going to tell you what and this is another true story. I watched my grandmother. She retired. God, what? How old was she? She was 60. I think she retired at 62. Okay, and she lived to be. I think she was 82 when she died. But I watched my grandmother for that 20-year stretch. She would she would stay up late. She was always a night person, so she'd always go to bed about midnight. She would get up probably 10, 11. She'd have her breakfast, and then about noon, she would start drinking. And she would drink from noon until the time she went to bed. And I always just say grandma had a cast iron bladder because I never saw that woman get up and go to the bathroom. Now, if you know anything about drinking beer, if I drink a beer, I could drink a beer. I'm going to be outside in 5 minutes taking a leak. But she could just drink and drink and drink, and that's what she did for the next 20 years. No activity, no going on vacations. She went on a couple, but that's what she did. And I'm like, what a freaking waste. I mean, my God, you got this opportunity to go and explore and have adventures and do different things. Why would you not do that? But that's not what she wanted to do. Um, but inactivity, it hurts you. And my grandmother ended up dying from cancer as well. But you know, you need to be active. You need to be doing. Yeah, that is sad. It is very sad. But that was a generation when they got out of work, they drank, smoked cigarettes. I can remember walking into the kitchen at my grandparents' place as a child, and it being a cloud of smoke. You know, so but no, it's well, no, she wasn't lonely because we were always around. We had a lot of family, and I remember her saying it was really funny because I'll never forget this. She said, "When I die, the family will fall apart." Because she was like, she was the centerpiece. Everybody always came to grandma's. We all hung out there and we all did our thing. And when she died, people, like me and my sister and my mom, we all still hung out. And then like, Becky's daughter, Jeannie, who you guys have seen on video, and then her boys, we see them, and stuff like that. And then obviously my kids. But once she was gone, the rest of the family, we didn't see them that much anymore. Once in a while, but not like before, you know. And it does happen. Like my aunt really kind of took over that role, and so, but she focused on her kids and her grandkids, and that was it. And it's weird how things work out. It really is. When you look back and you see the progression of stuff, it's very interesting. So, but anyway, whew, time to take a deep breath. I was really rolling tonight, guys. This should be a good stream. You have to tell people, go watch Prepper Nurse One. He was on a roll tonight. Oh my God. I get so irritated. One of the things that really, truly, really, truly irritates me, guys, is, and I know some of you are very politically motivated and you think your party is better than the other party. And in some ways, yes, in some ways, no. But you really have to look at the reality of it. Democrats and Republicans are always going to watch out for the rich friends, the special interest groups that got them elected, and lining their own pockets. That's what they're concerned about. They do not give a crap about the rest of us. They don't. Look at a lot of legislation they push through. Who does it benefit? Always big business. Always. So, you know, yeah. How do you tell if a politician's lying? Their lips are moving. So, but a two-party system is not gonna. They need we need to have a third party. Would that make any difference in the long run? Probably not. Probably not. And there are extremes on both sides. You're right. I mean, you have the far right, and then you have the far left, and both of them are they're both crazy. So, so here's something I want you to think about. I read this one today, so we'll talk about this. We should do probably. Well, we're gonna wait on this one. Remind me um, after we do the shout outs. Remind me to talk about Germany. Okay, remind me about Germany because I may forget. It does happen. So, but again, and here's the part of the problem that I have now. There's such a galvanization of hatred between the two parties, and I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Oh well, if you're this, then I can't be part of what you're doing. So thanks, JJ. Well, we'll have to after I do the shout outs. So, uh, but anyway, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I really do. Getting time to recharge the batteries and to do different things, that's always important. looking for. There we go. Okay. That's important. It really is. I hope everybody is continuing to prep and continuing to get ready. It really is important. Control what you can control. Do what you can do to help yourselves and the people around you. So, do my Carmela impersonation. Yeah, right. Can't stand that woman. What kills me a lot of times, and we're gonna do the shout outs here in just a second. What kills me a lot of the times with these politicians, and it don't matter again, it doesn't matter what side, okay? They act like they're so important and they're making such a difference, and and it just it blows me away that people just buy into it and they think that I don't like this. I don't get it. All right, let's do some shout outs. We're going to start out with Icky Can up in Canada. Like I said, friend of mine, good guy. I would ask you to go and support him and watch his channel. You have Angry Prepper down in New York City. Another good guy. Jason is awesome. You have Alaskan Prepper, which is Rudy. Another good guy. I like Rudy a lot as well. Alaska Granny. There's also Sean James in My Self Reliance. Two different channels, the same guy. Really good dude. He is amazing to watch and what he does up there. We have North Shore Preparedness also up in Canada. There is Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. There's 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. You have Bizza Jizza with his Carrington Chronicles, another good series that he's doing. Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Adam and Dax. Really love what they're doing. Good dude. Very, very down to earth. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. Rattlestar with Cody. Like his channel a lot too. You have Red Poppy Ranch, Survival Lily. There's Kyle's Cabin, which is up in Minnesota with Kyle and Sierra. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods. That's husband and wife. Really like their stuff as well. A lot of good information on their channels. Different channels though. You have Green Greg's. I like Green Greg's as well. Southern Prepper 1 with his boots on the ground information. He's sharing that information all the time. You have Gray Man Prepping. St. Bernard Acres with Joe. And then you have Doug and Stacy, another really good